Tata Tiago EV, Tata Tigor EV, Tata Nexon EV, Nexon EV Max, the upcoming Tata Curve EV, the upcoming Tata Sierra EV, and now Tata Motors' journey in passenger vehicle electrification has just taken one very big, quite literally, step ahead with this, the Tata Harrier EV. And this car right here is relevant for at least two reasons. Let's talk about that first one first. Let's talk about how this Harrier has electrified its looks first. Now, as you can tell, this thing is very obviously still a Harrier. It is based on the Omega Arc platform, a modified version of it. And what you see in terms of design is a change that's making it a little bit more futuristic, a little bit more modern. And the first thing that picks that out is this new set of LED DRLs up front, along with this, well, faux grille up front. And at the bottom, you'll spot this brand new, more aggressively styled bumper. And the design language over here is somewhat similar to what we've seen even in cars like the Tata Curve EV. It's going to become something of a family look with Tata's family of electrics. Now, when you look at the lower half of the bumper, you'll see this nice and big grille that gives it a good dose of aggression. But something interesting, can you spot this? The surround view camera. Yes, that's happening. No big deal, a lot of cars get that now. Let's move further down. You spot that. The radar for ADAS, and yes, those long-standing rumors about ADAS are going to come through not only for the Harrier EV, but we're going to see a similar trait across both the Harrier and Safari families. To the side profile, the changes are relatively harder to spot still. Like we saw up front, you do have the surround view camera, which will extend into the mirrors, of course. But if you take a look at the doors, well, there's something missing, isn't there? Well, at least on this concept, you do have touch-sensitive doors. You don't have actual door handles. Something that's done in the interest, at least theoretically, of aerodynamics. But I don't think that's going to make it to the final production car. What might, however, are these brand new wheels. Now, if you've been following the wheels, follow if you haven't already, you already mentioned that the Harrier and Safari are both going to get updates in terms of the design. That is going to extend to their wheels as well. So while they are running on 18s, these set right here are 19-inch alloy wheels, along with this aerofoil, of course, integrated to reduce drag. And one big change is something you're going to spot across the rear end, which does make this Harrier look a lot more distinctive. And at the rear, you'll spot this brand new connected LED design for the tail lamps, as well as a more aggressive styling package for the rear bumper. Now, on the inside, one thing we do know is that this is still a Tata Harrier, which means you're going to get an insane amount of cabin space as well as practicality. But there's a couple of things inside that aren't quite ready so far. So, the interior. Why was it that I was saying that a lot of things inside right now aren't quite confirmed? Well, that's because there's been a lot of chatter about the new digital instrument cluster as well as the 10.25-inch touchscreen infotainment system. The deal is, though, that Tata has told us that none of this stuff is finalized so far. We don't know what the design is going to look like. We don't know what the interface is going to be like. And these right now are largely placeholders. So let's wait and see what the final production car looks like on the inside before we tell you what it's like. So technical details. We don't have a lot on that front just yet for the Harrier EV, which means we don't know what the power output is going to be like, what the actual range is going to be like, or what the battery pack size is. But they are saying that you're looking at a range of anywhere from 400 to 500 kilometers with the Harrier EV, which means that for a car that's this big and heavy, the battery pack should be in the whereabouts of 60 to 65 kilowatt hours. And there's something exciting here. While we don't have all the technical details, what we do know is that the long-awaited Tata Harrier all-wheel drive is here. Yes, this does get a dual motor electric setup, which means that electrification has got us all-wheel drive. Now, at the start, I had mentioned that this car is relevant for more than one reason. What is that second reason? Well, effectively because, yes, you have seen the Tata Harrier EV, but at least 80% of it in terms of the styling package, what you've also seen is the Tata Harrier facelift.